So you want to stop drinking. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? What's the worst thing that can happen if you stop drinking today? How you doing? I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Today I just wanted to talk about what is the worst that can happen to you if you stop drinking alcohol. You know, most people put off quitting drinking because they just don't want they fear something on the other side. They fear what might happen if they stop, what might happen here or there, what could happen here or there. And you have to ask yourself, what is the worst case scenario here? What is the worst thing that can happen? Really, in reality, right? First of all, if you've got any worries at all, any issues with it, if you've got fear behind it, one of the best things that you can do is to go down to your doctor, right? And just have a chat with them and say, look, this is the situation that I'm in. I want to quit drinking and I've got some worries, and just see what they say to you. Say, you know, you don't have to take what they say and follow through with it, but at least you can get your worries sort of reduced a little bit by, you know, what you're basically going down to your doctor for is to see whether you've done damage to yourself, and damage which is going to prevent you from quitting drinking on your own successfully, right? And most people are quite capable of quitting drinking on their own. There's only a very small minority of people who can. One way you can tell whether you're capable or not of drinking alcohol is to take a short break, right, from alcohol. So, you know, before you even go through this whole process of saying, right, I'm quitting drinking forever, just say to yourself, right, today I'm not drinking anything, and go through the whole day, don't drink any alcohol, and see how you feel. At the end of the day, that will tell you everything. You know, you've actually stopped drinking for a full day. Most of the so-called symptoms of people who get alcohol withdrawal syndrome happen within a few hours, right? So you're going to know whether or not, you know, you're going to go through bad shit, right? And when I'm talking about bad shit, I'm talking about, you know, really bad shakes and hallucinations and all that kind of stuff, right? Stuff where under normal circumstances you go down to your doctor, right? Being worried about something and, you know, pushing yourself into a worried state where you're sort of shaky and stuff. You know, if you're that type of a person, you're going to feel that, you know, and you're going to know that this is not true. Most people go through this. When they go through the first day or two, they don't get any of those symptoms. They don't get any bad symptoms at all. So the worst that can happen for most people is that they lose sleep. They lose sleep. They feel uncomfortable. They feel uncomfortable. They feel discomfort in their lives. They don't like to feel the discomfort. They feel the cravings for the beer or the wine or the spirits. But what is a craving? You know, it's you wanting to do something that you normally do. You know, you could say, well, I get cravings for, you know, potato chips, or I get cravings for 4-cheese pizza, you know. It's a similar sort of a thing, you know. You get cravings, I get cravings now. When I don't drink water in the morning, or I don't get out walking in the morning, it's the same thing, you know. It's discomfort. So ask yourself, what is the worst scenario? What is the worst case scenario? And for most people, the worst case scenario is that they go for a couple of days, they don't drink for a few days, and then they go back on the alcohol again. So that's the worst case scenario. That's the worst thing that's going to happen to you. Or as I say, if you're successful with this, then the worst thing that can happen to you is that you lose some sleep for a few days. You know, you feel uncomfortable, you feel a bit shaky, you feel like you're missing out on something in your life, right? This is the worst thing that is going to happen to you. But for me, it's the wrong attitude to look at this from the first place, right? You should be looking at things, what is the best thing that can happen to you, right? And look around you, look at the people who have done this, right? Who are talking on the website, on YouTube. Look in the comments of all these videos, and you'll see people who are telling you their own story, right? Where they've been. Hola. Jesus. He came down fast. Scared the shite out of you. But that's the best thing that can happen. What's the worst thing that can happen for him, you know? Fall off the bike and break his fucking neck. I don't know. You see these guys coming around here, and yeah, I won't get into that one anyway. So you have to ask yourself, what is the best thing that can happen to you? You know, in any person's terms, right? If you stop poisoning yourself, right, you're making your body healthy, right? This is one of the better things that can happen to you. You will gain health, absolute health in absolute terms, right? Your body is not, regardless of anything else that you do to yourself, anything else that you do after you stop drinking, you have eliminated a toxin, a massive toxin from your life. So that is going to bring you health benefits on its own, right? Once you stop drinking, your life opens up in so many different ways. So from day one, you start to think about how you can fill the gaps, right? You know, and this is a sort of a natural part of the whole process. You're thinking about how you can, I'm going the wrong way here. You know, as I say, the cravings are for the thing that you used to do, that you still want to do. And because you're not doing it anymore, it's leaving these holes in your life that you have to fill, right? So you're doing your best then to fill those holes, fill those gaps. And this is where you can start to improve your life, to make improvements in your financial situation by, you know, moving maybe away from a job that you didn't like doing, but you were too much in the habit of drinking and drowning your sorrows to do anything about. Now you can sort of start thinking about it in terms of, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. Instead of doing this now, I'm going to make a positive push towards changing my job. You can make positive advances in your relationships, in your finances, you know, all these other areas in your life. These are the best things that can happen to you, you know. You can improve overall, not only the quantity of your life, right, the amount of years that you actually go through and you actually live in your life, but the quality. And this is the main thing, right, is the quality of your life. By just doing this, making this one change, right, you will start to see a snowball effect in all these other areas of your life, right? It's so many different areas of your life. In overall happiness, right? I think now I've never been so happy since I was a kid, right? When I had no responsibilities, I had nothing to worry me, you know, coming from a good family and all that kind of stuff. I had a great childhood, and I can't remember ever feeling so happy in my life, you know. I have moments of happiness, you know, periods of happiness in my life, but overall, in general, as a forward momentum, as something that's pulling me forward into my future, I've never felt so good. I've never felt so positive about the things that I'm doing in my life. So this is the way you should be looking at things, in terms of the positive thoughts all the time. Try and think positive. Don't be looking at the worst things in life. Don't be looking at the you know, what could possibly go wrong. Look at the things that are going to go right, you know, and these are the things that are going to drag you forwards all the time. These are the things that are going to pull you in the direction that you want to go and away from your past, away from your drinking. You know, if you, people that go back onto the alcohol, go back onto it because they believe that the alcohol is offering them something that they can't get from the future, right? From any other way. And I'm telling you now that anything that you can get from drinking alcohol, anything at all, you can get in a much better way from doing something completely different, right? So if you feel that alcohol is giving you the tools to relax, right? Or to sleep, right? Or to socialize, there are internal stuff, internal mechanisms that you've got that you're dampening down because of the alcohol that you can use to relax better, to sleep better, to socialize better, to do anything that you're getting from alcohol, right? So look on these things in a positive light. Always try and find the positive, the silver lining behind any cloud. You know, look at the best that is going to happen instead of the worst that is going to happen, because it's looking at these things, it's trying to find the best scenarios, the best possible scenarios. These are the things that are going to influence you the most. They're going to give you that motivation. You know, as I said, you can be, you should be your best inspiration. You know, you should be looking at the things that you've done, the things that you've achieved in your life, and those things should be the things that inspire you to achieve more, to push yourself forwards more, you know. It's a good life, I'm telling you. You know, I never thought that my life would be the same again after I stopped drinking. I always thought that, you know, there was always going to be something missing out of my life. And it turns out that what was actually missing was before. You know, now I'm getting sort of to the place where I am completely happy with the person I am, with my life, with the direction that I'm taking it. You know, it takes time to get there. It takes time to build up the knowledge about yourself, right? It takes time to build up, you know, the how would you say this? It just takes time to get the confidence in yourself, right? To sort of to push yourself out there and start looking at other things. If you've been drinking alcohol for any length of time, and if you've been relying on alcohol for the different things in your life, then, you know, it makes sense that, you know, you're going to have to start thinking about where you're going to find your buzzers from now on, right? Where you're going to get the same things that you've always got, where you're going to find better things. And the only way you're going to do that is by thinking about it. You know, and that does take time. You know, it takes time for that you know, for you to start looking around and start searching around for different things. You know, it takes time for those ideas to percolate downwards into your brain, for want of a better word, for those ideas to develop and for you to do certain things. You go out and try different things, you know, and try other things and try even more things, right? Some of the things that you fucking hate doing, you know. I mean, in the beginning, you're going to do things purely based on what the people tell you. This is good, that's good, that's good. But it's not all going to be good for you because you're an individual, right? So only some things are going to be good for you, other things are not going to be. And it's a gradual process, but you'll only get through this process by thinking of what you want to do, by allowing those thoughts to develop, by making choices and making decisions about this is what I'm going to do today, this is what I'm going to do, by actually doing things. And then by saying, well, yeah, I don't really like doing that, or I really like doing that. And then by taking directions based on those choices, based on those decisions, and based on the actions that you're taking. And eventually you'll find your way, you know. And one thing, as I said, it builds on another. You build momentum. You find one thing that you like doing, and it will draft you off into a completely other direction that you didn't even think of, you know. So think about the first things that you're doing, right? Those first thoughts about what you're going to replace alcohol with. It's an uncomfortable time. It's not a time that's very pleasant for any of us, right? I think it's a mixture of fear about the unknown, fear about putting yourself out there and having to do all this over again, fear about having to make these types of decisions and making a fool out of yourself, along with exhilaration about the new life that awaits you. You know, as I say, you look at things from all these different perspectives, from a health perspective, from relationships, your finances, all these kind of areas in your life, your love life, whatever it is that you want to look at, right? And look at the improvements that you can make in those areas. And you'll find an exhilaration there, and that's the exhilaration that will drag you forward. You'll find inspiration there, you know. And, you know, those first thoughts, as I say, are going to be you know, tinged with fear. But you know, as you put yourself out and you make small steps, you take small steps in one direction or another direction, then eventually you'll find the things that you like to do. You'll find the things that give you a natural buzz, a much better buzz than alcohol will ever do, you know, because you're feeling it, you're alive, you know. Alcohol is a dead buzz. It just, you know, like, think about it, you know, it's like, oh, yeah, I can't do this anymore. I just want to sit down and lie down. Oh yeah, it's a buzz. I feel and laugh. You know, whatever, it's all bullshit. The real buzz is when you're going around with a smile on your face and you're thinking, this is it, this is life, this is what I love doing, you know. And you'll get there. Persistence is the thing that's going to guide you, that's going to pull you forwards. Inspiration is the thing that will guide you as well. So look, for want of not rambling, I'm going to finish it here, right? Leave a comment down below. Give us a big thumbs up, share the video, leave a comment down below. Every comment helps, you know. If you're ahead of the game and you've quit alcohol, please tell other people of your experiences and how you got there, of your experiences of those first few days. They're the most crucial days, you know, and how you got through those and what drove you, what thought processes drove you, you know, that kind of thing. Really helps other people, you know. This is a big community that we're in, and it's a real chance for us to help other people who are in the same situation as us. So please take 5 minutes to you know, jot down a few words of either encouragement or, you know, inspiration, whatever you can think of to say. So do that either here on YouTube or over on the website. I'd love to hear all your comments. And until next time, stay very safe. Keep the alcohol out of your mouth. Keep pushing forwards. Keep pulling yourself forwards, you know, into that new direction that you want to go, right? Don't be looking at the negatives in life. Try and see the positives all the time. Don't be looking for the worst case scenario. Always look for the best case scenario. But, you know, at the end of the day, the worst case scenario for most people is that they go back drinking again, and you're back to the same position that you started off from, and you start again. You know, once you get the ball rolling on this, I guarantee you that, you know, you know that there's a brighter side on the other side of this. There's a much better life to look forward to once you're out of alcohol. I'm telling you that. I'm saying this from so many other people's experiences. Go back over the archives and you'll hear me talking about different people who've made it, who've gone through the thing. I'm going to start doing this a lot more in the videos and talking about, see if I can get some comments and put the comments up on the videos, because I think they really do help for people to see that there is that other side to things, you know, that it's not, once you push past those first few days and weeks and you get into that flow of looking for the next thing in your life and what you're going to push yourself forward to, that is the key. So look, until next time, I'm Kevin O'Hara for Alcohol Mastery. Onwards and upwards. Good luck to you. Take care.